Word. So welcome to our 30-day accountability call. I do want to let the people that are busy, like Suzanne, and need to hop off. If there's any questions as of yet, I know that you're just going to get started, so you may not even have those questions, Suzanne. You may not even know what those questions should be. So I totally get that. But if anybody has anything, just don't hesitate to ask. I do want to say, Suzanne, every week when we get on our call, or six-figure call or whatever, I use my little pen. Do you recognize this?
I have my blue one.
I take it with me everywhere. I usually carry it in my purse when I go away, and I always think about you. So that's
nice. And if it dies, just let me know. I'll send you a new one.
Okay. It did die, but it started writing again. So
Perfect.
Yeah. Second life for the pen. So hey, okay. So as far as the daily activities, that's kind of where I want to start. I know some of you are different places when it comes to that. There's people asking me, okay, where's the link? Okay. Toby, can you send the link to Karen?
Okay.
Okay. So as far as the daily activities, I know everybody's in a different place for one reason or another. But I just want everybody to, know that when I say that we're posting from one page to another, sharing onto another page, this is something that Robert taught, and that was very effective to him. So if you choose to do that, great. I know I'm just telling you what I did, so that's up to you. As you're doing that and you're posting and you're sharing onto your blog or business page, Janessa, make sure you're sharing it onto your timeline or your other pages too. Make sure if you have group pages and that, Nicholas, Toby, Janessa, I know you guys already have like those free group pages and your paid group pages. Even if you don't have anybody in your paid group page yet, or you don't have many people, still be posting there. Don't share from there, but be posting there. You can share from your free group page to bring people to that page as well. Got that? You guys all understand that? Yeah. So it does just put more eyeballs in front of the content that you have. It lets people know what type of person you are. I mean, we can tell by the things that people post, kind of if we want to have anything to do with them or not, right? Right? Kind of if you're the same type of person or you have the same type of morals or any of that, we kind of know that. If we have the same interests, we know all of that. Sorry guys, they're fixing my roof, and they were quiet all morning, and all of a sudden now they're gonna start barking. They're gonna make Daisy bark on me. Seriously, can you guys? I know it's like now they start banging. That's hilarious.
You might require Janessa to dog train them.
Yeah. So daily activities, sharing, getting your content, getting who you are, getting people to know, like, and trust you is what we're trying to do here as we're building a brand, right? Anybody know what the brand is that you're building? Who's your brand? Anybody? You. That's right, Janessa. Yes, you are your brand, and that's what we want to get across to everybody. And I don't want to see, and that was a very uncomfortable place for me to be. When Robert said, you are your brand, you are who you're building, that was super uncomfortable, because I just thought, what do I have to offer? What do I have to say that's going to be of any difference in anybody's life? And why would they listen, right? But we have all spent so much time learning and growing and personal growth and our experiences. And if we just remember that our stories are not for ourselves, they're to share and inspire and motivate and give hope to other people. It doesn't matter what the story is. It doesn't matter what that was about. So real quick, I'm going to come back to our activities and get any questions that might be part of that. There is something that I wanted to share with you that I just got finished listening to, and it was on how to really train your brain or retrain your brain. And it was really interesting. I was listening to this woman who's one of the top, I believe she's psychiatrist, in the world. Her name is Dr. Marissa Peer. And she talks about training your mind, and that there are 4 things that we need to know in order to do this. And number 1 is your mind does exactly what it thinks you want it to do. So if we're telling ourselves, you know, I'm really overwhelmed, or I just want to stay in bed for a few days, I'm exhausted, all of these things, what happens oftentimes, she was sharing, is that all of a sudden we'll get the flu. Or we just, you know, we'll just be so exhausted, we can't move, we can't get out of bed. So the things that we tell our mind is going to make a lot of this happen for us. And I'm not just saying it's going to get the flu. I'm not saying you're going to get the flu, but our brain thinks, oh, okay, now I'm sick. I've got a cold. I need to stay in bed. You know, all of this. If we tell ourselves, oh, my back is killing me, and we say those words, we think those words, our brain is going to react to that. So that's why it's important, as we get to number 2, is, you know, as our minds are wired to avoid pain. So if we're telling ourselves, you know, I really hate chatting with people on Facebook, we're going to do everything we can to procrastinate that. But, you know, like as Robert has been saying, if we choose those words, like, you know, I choose to build my business through talking on Facebook, or I get to, right? I get to build my business, or I get to do a Facebook Live. Our brain is going to react so much differently. And then we're not going to find ourselves in that place of procrastination. Because our brain truly wants to do what's in our best interest, but it's going to react to whatever we're telling it to do. So for many of you, you know that I've been working on my books. A lot of behavior, what is it called? Avoidance behavior when it comes to completing that. Because I was constantly saying, I have to finish these books. I have to do this. And I knew if I did that, I was going to have to like turn everything off and kind of be secluded and by myself and just in my thoughts and just focusing on that. And I didn't want to do it. But if I say I get to do it, I'm going to get to publish my books really soon, then I'm going to be more apt to sit down with it and put that into action. You understand? So another thing she was saying, which I thought was really interesting, is our minds are wired. Okay, she said our minds respond to one of 2 things: the pictures we have in our head and the words that we say to ourselves. Now, we don't literally need to say the words out loud, but those thoughts that we have. So if we're, and this is really where our visualizations come into play. We have to have pictures in our head. We have to put the proper pictures in our head. When I was thinking about writing my book, I was just thinking about how sitting at the computer for hours, my back, my shoulders ache when I do that. I'm just tired of looking at the screen. It hurts my eyes, you know, all of that. But if I put the picture in my head of actually holding my book, the physical book in my hand, and handing it to my parents, handing it to my friends, seeing it being sold on Amazon or in a bookstore. That's the picture that I need to keep in my head to keep me working on that, to get that accomplished. So pictures was pictures and the words that we tell ourselves was number 3. And then also our brain wants to stay with what is familiar. It's more comfortable with what is familiar to us. So if it's more familiar to us to procrastinate than it is to do things right away, our brain is going to have us procrastinate. If it's more familiar for us to not believe in ourselves, that's what it's going to lean to. So what she was saying is we need to make what is familiar unfamiliar and what's unfamiliar familiar. So I don't know about you guys, but I kind of really structure my days. I literally plan every 30 minutes in my day. And because of that, I found myself really kind of in this routine. But she was saying it's really good to do something different. If you get up at a certain time, set your clock to get up an hour earlier. If you're used to taking lunch at noon, it's okay to change it up. Your brain needs to become familiar with the unfamiliar. And therefore, we'll have more productivity. We'll get things done. We will be less likely to quit and give up on certain things. So that was just something that I really kind of wanted to share with you guys, because it was really, really super powerful for me. And she was also saying, and it's not positive thinking, guys. It is rewiring your brain. So whatever we tell our brain, that's what our brain is going to do. So just like in the power of words, even when we don't believe the things that we're telling ourselves, if you've got to go for, you started exercising and you're running and you got to run a mile every day. Instead of saying, I have to run, I get to run. Because the whole time you're running, you're just going to go, okay, this is boring and I don't want to do this and it's really cold outside. And then we want to quit. How much more powerful would it be if we were saying, oh, it's a brisk day, this is good, I can feel what this is doing for my body. And visualize how your health, how your body is going to change from that exercise. We need to tell ourselves, even if we don't believe ourselves at first, like Robert was saying, I'm blessed and highly favored. Well, when I started saying I'm blessed and highly favored, I was not blessed and highly favored, and I did not believe it. But I kept saying it. I kept telling myself I was. And now I can honestly tell you, I'm blessed and highly favored. So, yeah, just really, really super be careful of your self-talk. And if you haven't accessed the power of words yet, it's not just words that we say to other people. It's not just words that we tell ourselves. It's our thoughts, those things that we're thinking about ourselves. If we think we're not good enough, if we think that we can't accomplish what somebody else has accomplished, if you don't believe that and you don't believe in yourself, or I don't believe in myself, why would anybody else believe in me or in you? If we don't believe it, nobody else is going to believe it. So I hope that's really super helpful. I choose to, I get to, instead of I've got to. I know, Karen, you and I were talking about that yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday, so that was pretty awesome.
Yes.
We had a really good call yesterday. Do you want to share anything? Would you like to
Yes,
share?
it was amazing. Sorry, I was a little bit late. I was doing my Facebook Live because I knew we were popping on here, and I just could not get on here without doing my live. But yes, my one-on-ones with Melody have seriously changed. Like, have changed my life. Like, they're a big game changer in me. Like, Melody really targets what specifically you need, and like, she even picked up on like what I was saying. Oh, I have to do my Facebook Live. I have to do this. I have to do that. And then she's like, no, you get to do it. And then I was like, I forgot to be so grateful, because we're doing so much, sharing what we're learning here with Melody, and it just changes the way that I think, that I do things in the day. It changes my business, how I interact with my family, my friends. I don't know. We just brainstorm as well. Like, we think what else we can do. We came up with some really great ideas, which I'm not allowed to share with you because but I will one day when it's out, when it's ready. But yeah, I really get so much value from the one-on-ones, like with the group and just the activities, but like 1,000 more % with Melody, because she just has this eye that she can see better, and I get like aha moments in the first 10 minutes of talking to her, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm just like, how did I not think of that? So it just gets you to see different, a better perspective, and
Right. Well, my hope for you guys, and as a lot of you guys are building, or guys and gals are building your confidence, your self-confidence in your businesses, in promoting yourself and building your brand. It's important for me to see you believe in you, and for you to see you like I see you, like others see you. Because when I could see myself different, things started changing really fast after that. Really super fast. And, you guys all know, then your confidence starts building. You're just, and then you just kind of propel into awesomeness. You're all awesome. You just need to get you into awesomeness, where you're just oozing with it, and everybody knows it. And everybody wants to be around you, and everybody wants to see what you have, and everybody wants to know what you know. It's just learning how to not only believe in yourself, but to get that spotlight on your gifts, to dust that dirt off that gem that each and every one of you have. So even though all of your passions are different, we all have to do the same things to get there. And a lot of that is the mindset. That is an important part of our daily activities. So I really hope that you plug into that. I know on some of you had to choose a part of the God Memorandum and record that. Record yourself saying that and send that to me. I think that's due on tomorrow. So for those of you who just started, you're on day 4 now. The whole point of that exercise is not for me to see you do the God Memorandum, but it's the day after, when you have to watch yourself say those words, when you have to hear yourself say those words. That's the exercise. And I know some of you have done that before. So the same thing when we do our incantations. If we choose to do that exercise, it's time that's hearing myself do that, listening to those words, seeing my facial expressions, my body posture, all of that. it's going to teach you something really, really big about yourself. So that's why we do that. And, like I've said before, every single one of those exercises is what Robert taught me and told me what to do to get to the $10,000 a month. And that's why I'm sharing those with you. But they're very specific. And there's a psychology behind all of it on why we have to do this. So it doesn't mean we have to do it all forever, but as you're building your network, you're building your audience and learning how to monetize that. Some of you are going, well, I've got a great following. I've got lots of friends. It's about monetizing those friends. If they know, like, and trust you, then they're going to buy something that you have of value, and that's what Robert teaches, and that's what I'm gonna be pointing you to here. So, Nicholas, I know you and I spent a great time together. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm great.
I like your topics for your Facebook Lives lately.
Thank you. Nice to hear. So,
now, are you feeling more comfortable?
It's weird. For long periods of time, I'm feeling very comfortable and not afraid. And then it comes one day where I'm scared. I don't know why.
So I want you to tell yourself the night before you go to bed, I get to do a Facebook Live tomorrow, and have that topic in your head of something that you're going to want to talk about.
Yes.
So you're familiar with it. So you're not scrambling at the last minute and going, okay, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? And you have all this anxiety that comes up because you're live and you don't know if you're going to say the right thing. Anybody ever wonder if you're not getting your point across, or you're not saying what people need to hear? If you think about it before and just have it in your head, and I get to do a Facebook Live tomorrow. I choose to do a Facebook Live tomorrow.
Yeah.
Then maybe that anxiety and being afraid, when it pops up when we're not thinking, we don't know why, maybe that would be different for you. I'm sure it would be.
Yeah, I think so too. Writing it down the day before so I have it ready. Right.
And so I've been watching you, and you're getting so many people to start liking your free group page for your series. That's been going really well. I'm so proud of you. We were kind of doing the analytics on your Facebook there. So that's really good. Anything you want to share about our call or what's been happening with you?
I just want to say that every time I have a one-on-one call with you, it's amazing because I have millions of questions and I get every question answered. And it's last time we did a one-on-one, I got two full pages written down with good advice. So it's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas. You each and every one of you guys inspire me. You really do. Watching you grow, watching you build what you love, you inspire me. And that excites me because I go to sleep the night before and go, I get to talk to you guys tomorrow. So super, super excited. Valerie, do you have any questions as far as the daily activities, or you're able to find the documents, the resources and everything in the group?
Yes, I did. Thank you. And my new mantra is I love technology. That's what I was screaming at myself when I was trying to get on. Anyway.
You made it. You beat it.
I made it. So
congratulations. We're so glad.
And Toby and Melody, when you guys see your texts and messages, I apologize for the frustration that was coming in. So yeah, it's really, my Zoom is very unique. There you go. Yes, I found them and I'm learning so much. Thanks, Janessa. Yes. Because, yeah, I love what I'm doing, and I love that I'm fine. It's very, very therapeutic is the word that comes to me. It's easing a lot of my frustration because I see myself learning these things that are taking me, learning the skills that are taking me to where I've always known I want to be, if that makes sense. And my skills have lagged. And so be that either in my self-talk or in my technology skills, my Facebooking, how to do all these things. So as I'm learning from both ends, it's really just everything's coming together. Even though right now it's messy and chaotic and I do get frustrated, but it's a good frustration. I know that it's just the frustration of learning. And so I want to echo what everyone else says, that Melody can see exactly where my weaknesses are and help me turn them into strengths. So yeah, so thank you, Melody, and thank you all.
Well, it's such a joy to watch you grow those muscles, you know. Yeah, you are such a blessing, and I love Valerie. I'm just going to tell everybody we started day one. And I put the dailies out the night before. And I put it out probably like 10 o'clock here. So, Valerie, you're in Central Time? No, you're in
Mountain Standard
Time. Okay, so it's later where Valerie is. And before I signed off the computer, Valerie had already dove in because she thought, oh, I've got to get this done right now. She didn't realize that was for tomorrow. And she's just like, getting everything done and doing everything that she needed to do. And I was just like, wow, you know that you can go to sleep and do that tomorrow, right? It's because of that time zone. And I know Nicholas and Ola, you know, it's probably 7 a.m. in the morning there. So I try to get it done around 10 p.m. So when 7 o'clock in the morning, it's there for them for the next day. So yeah, it's super awesome. Well, thank you. Toby, do you have any, you and I have been talking a lot lately too. Do you have anything that you want to add, or do you have any questions?
Well, I thought today was day 5. I thought we started on Monday, so that's why I did the Facebook Live and also aren't we off on Saturday and Sunday? We don't have to do the activity.
Right. So today is Friday, right? Yeah, today is Friday. It's all a blur, guys. When you work from home, you don't need to know what day it is. So I kind of go, okay, Saturday, tomorrow, in 2 days is masterclass, so then I can figure out what day it is. Or, you know, Tuesdays. I know Tuesdays and Saturdays for the masterminds for the 6 figures. So, yeah, I don't post on Friday night, and I don't post on Sunday night. Now, for those of you who maybe feel like you didn't get enough done or you weren't able to do all of the activities, take those days if you have time and go back and catch up. It doesn't mean that you can't do those activities. I would like to think if you have the time, you know, this is about building success habits. Mm-hmm. And I was really leery about taking those 2 days off a week. But again, I hear the word overwhelmed from so many people, and we're trying to erase that word from our vocabularies. So, you can still do the activities, still, you know, but if you have family things and, you know, family time, you church or whatever, you don't have the time on the weekends, it's good just to take the time and celebrate what you did during the week. And don't forget to celebrate those wins that you've had, the accomplishments that you've had. So
I'm just kind of confused if today was day 5, because I think day 5 was the posted video about the God memorandum and Facebook Live. But then
just follow what's in there. That's the day that it is.
Okay.
You know, trying to juggle everybody, and what I was able to do is now I didn't have to. Before we would do the 30-day accountability, everybody would start on the same day, and then everybody else that wanted to take the course would have to wait until that first 30 days was over. Okay. And then we started the new course halfway through the course for the others. And working with Robert, I was able to just make this available to where anybody can start on
That
any
makes
day.
sense. Okay, I think I'm on paste. Okay, right page.
Yeah, you're good. You are good. And, guys, really make sure you're sending me those accountabilities. And my hours, I'm just going to say, are from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific. It doesn't mean that I'm not on later. I know some of you have seen me on at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But I'm not going to have a long conversation. I'm not going to do a one-on-one call at that time. My hours are typically 10 to 10. So if you send me your accountability that late, just know that I will check it first thing in the morning. Okay? But I always do look at it. And I'm I am getting caught up with everybody's Facebook Lives and posts and watching everything that you guys are doing. So super good. So proud of you. Anything else? Nope. Toby, you're good? Andrea, how are you, sweetie?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm actually have my list of things I'm doing, and today I've already got in touch with 18 people on my Facebook page, sending them messages, commenting on their pages, and I have a question about, like, as I'm building likes on my page, and of course I'm also running ads, but when I get new likes from people I don't know, do you suggest to go and look up their profile and send them a message anyway and introduce myself and things like that?
Absolutely. When somebody likes my page, or even if they didn't like my page, but they like something that I posted, I always go to the notifications from that page, and I check to see what's there, and especially with your business or your blog page. And then taking that, and when you look at those notifications, those are all people that are following you already. They're already liking and commenting and sharing your posts. So if they've liked your page, I always go and send them a private message. Hey, thanks so much for liking my page. And I'll put the link to my page so they'll recognize, who I am, because maybe they've only seen it once. So happy to connect with you. Would really like to get to know more about you. And, wish them a great day. Always connect with those people. Always thank them when they're sharing your posts. Always, if they comment, always try to comment back. If it's somebody that you don't talk to on a regular basis, I always try to use their name when I'm replying to that comment. And I'll post under their post, but I'll also send them, I'll connect with them privately.
Yeah, I didn't know the verbiage exactly to introduce myself, because I didn't want to come across as creepy, like coming on people's pages like, I don't know you, I don't remember liking your page and whatever. But I did that with one person today, and I was like, I wanted to get some advice for that person. But I did put in my link and said, thank you so much for liking my page, and asked them if there's anything I could do for them. So yeah, but I was like, but it goes in their other folder. So I also found some public posts they had and just said, hey, whatever, commented, and then mentioned that I messaged them. So I didn't know if that would be kind of weird, No,
and I also go to their page. And now when I click on somebody's page, guys, I don't spend a lot of time, where are they from? What are they all about? I used to do that. But then, Robert was saying he'll friend anybody. I mean, unless they're obviously into something that's just kind of weird and you don't want to be part of. But I'll just glance. And I will friend anybody until I have a reason not to be friends with them. Then I have the choice to disconnect. Right? So, but I'll go to their pages and I'll like and comment if I can, if their settings are set so I can, but I'll like and comment 2 or 3 times. It takes somebody 3 to 5 times to see your name before they start feeling like, oh, I know her, or they're familiar with you. So if you can like and comment on a few of their posts, hey, you've got a beautiful family, or, haha, that made me laugh, thanks for the belly laugh, whatever you're posting on there, just getting them to see your comment and your name is going to make them, so then when they do see that you message them, or, you know, then they're going to go, oh yeah, you know, I know who this is now. And it turns out to be a lot less creepy-ish. But, you know, and I like to take my link out. You know, once I post my link in that message to them, it creates that thumbnail. And then I go back in the message part and I delete the link. Because a lot of people, when they see a link in anything, and they won't even notice, oh, it's a Facebook link. But when they see a link, they tend to, if they're a marketer that does marketing all wrong and they're just spamming everybody, they won't look at it.
Mhm.
But if it's, you know, and we're all used to people just sending links and no, how are you? You know, where are you from? Nothing. So, hey. So I backspace that link out of there, and so the thumbnail is there. So it just has your profile picture on it.
Okay. Mhm.
So
Okay, thank you.
awesome. Anything else?
No, just focusing on taking action.
Okay, excellent. Reach out to me anytime.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, Suzanne, anything from you? Do you have anything? I know you're busy lady.
No, I just need to catch up. So I'll just take a day at a time and catch up. I kind of am doing most of the things, but when you have like 4 pages, how are you just picking one page to get going, or what's your thoughts?
Well, let me ask you, what does Robert do?
He has several pages.
And he posts on all of them.
Okay. So, because I was confused by saying, okay, so if I'm sharing on my page and then, no, I'm putting on my page and then I have to share to my personal, that's a lot going on my personal, no?
Well, you don't have to share everything onto your personal, but let me ask you, how many friends do you have on your personal page?
Well, on my one page, I have a lot, but on my new page, I thought I'd use that to build with you. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't have to. I would recommend you guys posting twice a day, or like if you post 2 posts, some people can get away with posting 2 in the morning and then 2 at night. I think the last couple of days I posted more because I shared somebody's something. Okay. So it was a little more, but I wouldn't be posting like, you know, so you're just posting and it's just popping up in their notifications constantly, because then it makes you become invisible.
Right.
So that they're going to go, whatever, you know, I already checked out what she had. And then they're going to stop popping by. But yeah, when you're posting to your new page that you're building, share it to your timeline, because you want people to see what that is.
Okay.
The people that already are familiar with you, why not give them a place to go, right?
Right. And the pages that you're not using, like they're kind of stagnant, would you just delete those?
You don't need to.
Okay. They just stay stagnant.
Right. They're just there. You don't need to delete them, because you never know. There are so many times things happen and I go, oh, I wish I still had that.
Right.
Because, you know, it was something that I started, or for whatever reason, you know, I kind of quit doing. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I noticed Robert posts, he posts in the Create Your Dream board that a lot of us from Texas went to. He posts the same post. He shares it on his timeline. He shares it in LMU students. He shares it in the 6 Figure. And it doesn't take long. I actually timed today, sharing from one page to the other. And I usually do it on my phone. It's so much faster for me. But I do usually, you know, I'll post something in Inspiration Nation, and then I'll share to my timeline. And then I share into this group, the 30-day group, from maybe Inspiration Nation. You know, it's just so, I'm kind of linking them together. Although I can't share really from the private group onto my page, because nobody will be able to get there.
Right.
Now, if you had a private group, like a paid group, which you guys will have later for those of you that don't, you had a paid group and you shared something, then people would see what that was and request to become part of that group. Like Toby, just before this call, somebody was requesting to be part of the LMU student group, correct? Or was it sixth grade? It doesn't matter. But they saw it somewhere. They saw a posting from it somewhere, and they couldn't get to the group because they had to be approved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a good way to get people to see that you're even there.
So I have one more question, and then I'm just going to put, I'll have to leave, but I'll listen to you guys still. And sorry, I have to. No, what was my question? Okay, so sometimes, you know, I haven't done lives. That's my next big, huge step for me. But how many times are you doing that a day? Like I've seen some people where they have only lives. Like I just find that for me, that just doesn't jive for me.
No, once a day.
Only once
You
a
only
day.
need to do it once a day, and they should be under 10 minutes, remembering that everybody has an 8-second attention span.
Okay.
So if we can't grab their attention, and you can check this out on the lives that you're doing, you can go and look to see how long people are actually staying on. Don't go by the people that love you and are supporting you. Go by the new people. Look at the new people, see how long they're staying on, right? Because, you know, grandma will probably stay tuned in till the end. But somebody we want that we're building rapport with and just getting to know on Facebook or through social media won't, if we can't grab their attention within the first few seconds of that live.
Is there a setting on live that you can, I guess because I haven't done them, I'll just Google it, but where you're able to record and look at it first and then go, or no? I thought there was.
I think the whole point of live is it goes live.
No, but there's a thing you can practice on. I've seen it from some other people.
Yeah, I have never seen that.
Okay. All right. I'll check it out. No worries.
Janessa, do you have an answer for that?
Yeah. When you go live, there's an option where it says, like you can click down the click menu and it says public, friends, or only me. So if you click only me.
And we're having a grad sale tomorrow.
If you click,
having a grad sale tomorrow.
okay.
And we're having a grad sale tomorrow.
Okay, have fun with that. Let mommy talk, okay?
So if you click the only me thing, you can go live, but nobody will be notified and you only see it. So you can go back and rewatch it, and then you can switch that back. Just nobody gets to see it live, but it'll still be recorded.
Okay.
That's
Thanks,
right.
Vanessa.
That's
well,
right.
love you guys. I look forward to seeing you all next week, but I'm gonna leave like here, but I'll be listening.
Okay. Bye, sweetie. Thank you for joining
Bye.
us. Good to see you.
Guys.
Bye-bye. So let's see. Who did we not? We kind of covered everybody, right? Yeah. So does anybody else have anything else?
Janessa, didn't you have a question?
I was gonna ask, you said that you accept everybody as a friend.
Well, okay.
Would that be different if you had young children?
Oh, absolutely. And it would also be different if I was married.
Okay.
Yeah, I would look more in a relationship. I wouldn't be as accepting, but you can tell if you click on somebody's timeline. And for starters, you know, and I used to think this was wrong and judgmental of me, but I don't friend anybody from Nigeria or any of those places anymore because it's just a waste of their time suckers when it comes. They're not willing to do anything. I've spent a lot of time with them. Now, I'm not saying everybody from, you know, there is, but be careful. Be careful where you spend your time. If within the, you know, usually within the fifth conversation, they're asking you for money. And apparently all of a sudden you're soulmates and nobody notified you. So, yeah, just be really, really careful. We want to help people in other countries, but you know what? If you're learning and you're just learning to work with somebody, stop making it difficult and connecting with people that are in such different time zones. Now, Nicholas and Ola, that's different for me. But if they weren't so hungry to learn and applying themselves, I wouldn't be, messaging them at the hours that they're awake like I do. But because I know that they're really, really trying to learn, they want to change. You guys are making me laugh. So I'm watching your chats there. Yeah, I think I was going to say Toby has a twin brother that's just like totally different than him, but he really does have a twin brother, so I can't say that. So, but yeah, I just kind of glance. I glance at their profile. And when you do that, you also find out what type of personality they are. If you glance at somebody's profile and they got pictures of their grandkids or their family and, vacation photos and all of this, you know that they're more interested in spending time with family than somebody that's got, some hot rod car in their cover photo, Toby. Or, like wads of money fanned out or whatever. Those people we talk to differently than we talk to. It doesn't mean that I won't talk to them. I just know that I just know to talk to them different. And that's, just like that training in the Millionaire Creation Formula with 16 personalities. Yeah, Toby. He's gonna mouth the words that he's typing. No, I'm kidding. Okay, you're. Let me unmute you. There you go.
Okay, I thought I was already unmuted. Yeah, I just look at their timeline real quick and look at some of their pictures, and if my gut tells me that they're not the type of person I want to interact with, I don't friend them. And the other thing is I look and see if they have a new account or not. If they have a new account and I don't see much activity on their thing, sometimes I think it's a fake profile and I won't add them either. So
right,
you can get a pretty quick judgment, gut feel just by looking at their timeline and some of their pictures, and it pays off.
Less than 10 seconds to determine that, whether they have a profile, when their profile was created, and if they have friends. I always look to see if they have mutual friends with me. But usually people that have mutual friends, when they send me a friend request, if they have a mutual friend, I'll typically friend them. But there are people that are good, that if you look at their profile and they're posting, half naked pictures of guys or girls on there, that pops up in my notifications, and I don't want to see that. It kind of I don't want to be exposed to that. I don't want. I used to have a couple of girls here working as an assistant, and I didn't want that to pop up in front of them, right? So it was just like, it felt to me it was a reflection of me. So I am a lot more picky than I used to be. And we all have to remember, as we're building, as we're growing, as we're building our own brands, you get to choose who's in your life. You get to choose who you work with. It's not like when I first got into network marketing, it was just like we would just sign up anybody who would breathe that had money. If you held a mirror under their nose and they were breathing and they had a credit card, we'd sign them up. That's not the case anymore. In fact, there are several people that I've actually turned away from this course because I knew it wasn't right for them. I knew that it wasn't about signing them up. It was about getting them the results for me. If I can't help somebody, some really, really close friends of mine, and I know that they won't do the activities. I know them. I know their track record. So I just had to say, I don't think this is the right time for you right now. How else can I help you? So realize how important your time is and who you're going to be spending time with. And for anybody who's watching this recording later, there's a party going on in the chat here. So there's a whole other conversation going there. You guys are so funny. So anyways, I don't, like I said, I don't want these calls to be long. I don't want to keep you from doing what you have to do. I do want you to bring any questions that you have. Nicholas, do you have another question? It looked like a light bulb went over your head a few minutes ago.
No, I can't think of anything right now. So.
Okay. Well, you can always post questions in the group chat.
Okay.
And so for those of you who couldn't find the link to join this call, if you go back to the group chat, I put group chat like a picture, and underneath that I posted a comment with the link. Said join here. So next time you'll know to look there. Okay? And I always pin that to the top so you guys can see it real quick. So alrighty, I look forward to getting your daily activities, your accountability. Love each and every one of you. And I am going to do a call this Wednesday for everybody, for not just this group, but for everybody. People were requesting it, so we're going to do it. So anybody wants to step out of their comfort zone and they want to be a host of that call, here's your chance. You can do that. I would appreciate that. Excuse me. You just have to show up, welcome everybody, introduce, and we'll talk about a theme or a topic or something for that call. If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay? Alrighty. That'll be Wednesday, 3:30 Pacific time, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. I'm doing this all in my head. And I believe that, let's see if I can do this without my fingers. 12:30 Sweden time, Wednesday. Okay, Nicholas? Tell Ola we missed him.
Yes, I don't know where he is. So
I know the new job is kind of, he's got an adjustment going on there. So thank you, Suzanne. No driving and texting. Love you guys. Post any questions in the group chat. Reach out to me at any time. If you haven't scheduled a one-on-one with me, if you haven't had one and you need one, I would like to go over your questionnaire with you. I know, Andrea, you and I didn't cover everything on yours. I would like to go over some more of that when we do. So make sure you're scheduling that one-on-one time as you need it, okay? Love you guys. If you're watching this recording and you have any questions, reach out. We're here to help you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining.